All right, well, good evening. Hopefully, you're doing well as we begin our live show tonight. If you notice, it's just me. Karen is not with us. She had some other things to deal with, so she had to take care of those. So, you just got me tonight, so hopefully, that'll be okay. We got some things to talk about, and we'll get to those in just a minute. But if you have not yet already, make sure that you check out our merch store. We are now online. We do have a couple of things that we're selling. We do have our fishing rig holders, so check those out. Also, our popping corks are there. And then we've got our t-shirts and our trucker hats as well. So let us know that you're here in the chat, because we've got some things. We're going to be doing some giveaways tonight. We've got some things that we're going to be giving away. I'll talk to you about those in just a minute. But after the show is over, head on over to our merch store and check out those things. The popping corks work well. I've got a new popping cork that I've been trying. I've been testing it. And also our fishing rig holders as well. So it's all that. In any case, hopefully you are having a great start to your week. It says, where is Cohen? I don't know how to spell his name. You might be talking about my son Cohen, K-O-E-N. That's K-O-E-N. Traveling Fools, welcome. Glad that you're here tonight. Julie and Juju, glad that you're here tonight as well. And like I said, it's just going to be me tonight, but we've got some things we're going to be giving away, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully you've had a great start to your week. Last week we're in Maryland. I got to do some fishing with my dad, which I don't get to do all that often, being as we are states away. So I got to do that with him, and that was a blast. Caught some things. Hadn't caught before: dogfish, skates, and we probably could have filled up our coolers with a kingfish. Kingfish were just everywhere. They call them kingfish up there. Down where we are, they call him whiting. So it just depends on what you call him. Cohen from the swim team, yes, that's my son. That's K-O-E-N. K-O-E-N. So glad you're with us tonight. Let me know if the audio is okay as well. I've been doing some testing with that, so hopefully that'll be that'll be good. But tonight, before we get into the content that we have to talk about, we do have, I'm going to let you know about our giveaway. We do have our Super Clean that we'll be giving away as well. We don't make this. This comes from a different person. They give us to us to give away to you. We don't make anything off it. It's not a paid sponsorship or anything like that. But it's just a way for us to get good product into your hand. Super Clean. It's foot cleaner and degreaser. It does an amazing job on all of that. But stay tuned to the end of the live show, and I will tell you how we are going to do that giveaway. And then for everybody tonight that's in the live stream, in the live show, I will be able to give you some free stickers. If you email us, I'm going to put my email address up here on the screen. But if you email us and you send us your address and your email address, of course it'll come in the email, but if you send us your address, I will send you a free sticker. So that's for everybody that's in the chat tonight as well. So make sure you take advantage of those things. And our email address is right there on the screen, wegofishing1@gmail.com. So we'll be giving away those things, so check those out, and like I said, stay in the live chat as well, because we're at the end of the stream. We'll be doing that giveaway for Super Clean. So again, hopefully you're having a great start to your week. Let's go ahead and we'll get to our story that we're going to talk about tonight. And I thought this was interesting. What I can't tell in the story, and again, tell me what you think, because I'm gonna read to you the thing. But tell me what you think. Is this guy being sarcastic or not? The guy who's writing the answer to this question, this comment, kind of like a Dear Abby kind of thing. And I can't tell personally whether he's being sarcastic or whether he's being serious. So in the article, he talks about the idea that fishing might be bad for your mental health. Now for me, I don't know, let me know what you think. But for me, fishing is very good for mental health. I love going fishing. It's a great relaxation time where you can just get away from all the cares of life, get away from all the things, and you can just focus in on what you have to do there. So it's just a great opportunity for that. But maybe not for everybody. Maybe for some of you, it's a very stressful thing. I know some people that get very stressed. Maybe if you're a tournament fisher or something like that. But in any case, I thought it was interesting. So let me go ahead and pull up the story for you, and you can let me know what you think. And this is what he says, and this comes courtesy of Chattanooga Times Free Press by Larry Case. And he says this. This was what was written into him here at that station. He says, "Dear outdoors writer in the paper. Although I don't hunt or fish, I sometimes read your column and usually enjoy it. I have a coworker who's been encouraging me to go fishing with him. I admit the idea of being outdoors and enjoying some nature appeals to me, and I really like fresh fish for dinner. Do you think I should go?" Signed, Apprehensive in Pulaski, Virginia. And here's what the column writer responds back. And let me know what you think about this. I'm interested to know what you think. He says, "Dear Apprehensive," his first 3 words, "don't do it." Now, I don't know how that strikes you. For me, like I said, I'm like, wow, that's a very strong first 3 words. Don't do it. Are you saying fishing is somehow bad for us? I don't know, but it said that the actual article was entitled, "Dear Readers, Fishing May Sink Your Wallet and Your Mental Health." So maybe he's being serious. It says, don't do it. Going fishing always seems like a good idea at first, but it usually ends badly. I don't know. It says, first, the cost of getting started can be enormous. Now, that right there is, I think, it's very much an opinion statement. Can it cost a lot for you to get started in fishing? Absolutely. Fishing can be a very expensive hobby, but really any hobby can be very expensive. Golfing is very expensive. If you got into cars, there are a lot of hobbies that are just very, very expensive hobbies. Even video games can be very expensive, depending on your gaming systems and all the things you got to do with those. So I don't know why fishing would be of any greater expense than any other hobby. Of course, you do have boats and things like that you get into, but in any case, he keeps going. He says, rods and reels alone have skyrocketed in price. And of course, you'll need several different sizes and categories. In rods, you'll need an ultralight, a medium, a light medium, a heavy action, at least 2 or more for muskies. Now again, we go fishing all the time. I do not have all those rods. I don't know that you would need all those rods. An ultralight, a medium light, normally you find a rod that you like and that just becomes your rod. I've got a rod that I like and it's just the rod I use for pretty much everything inshore fishing. Even if I was freshwater fishing, I would think it'd be about the same. You'd find that rod that just kind of hits your sweet spot and you'd kind of stick with it. But he continues, he says, of course you need a separate reel for each rod, and if you have to ask how much they cost, you can't afford it. And this is just talking about spinning gear. If you get into the bait casting realm of fishing gear, you need a loan from the bank as well as psychiatric help. Now this is where I start to think maybe he's being a little sarcastic. You don't need a different reel for every one of your rods. It's true, I do have trout fishing rods. They do use ultralight, and I do have ultralight reels. But normally something like a 2500 series, very versatile between freshwater and saltwater, no issues there. That I've ever seen. So I don't know why you'd need reels for every rod that you have. A lot of times I switch out my reels depending on which rods I'm taking. If I'm taking some heavier rods, which I do have for surf fishing, I might even put my 3000s on there. So I don't really understand why you would need all that. I don't do much with bait casting. That is true. I do know a little bit about bait casting, that maybe you have to calibrate the lures that you're going to be using for it, but even then I don't know that they're that expensive. As the author writes. He says, I'm not even going to begin talking about the tackle and lures you'll need. The realm of fishing lures and how many are available these days borders on psychotic. There are soft baits, so many forms, aquatic creatures and imagines, and I don't believe they can be counted. And of course he goes through all the colors that are part of that as well. And is it true that there's a lot of lures out there on the market? Absolutely. Absolutely. tons of lures. Matter of fact, I've heard it said that lures catch more fishermen than they catch fish. I think that's probably true. Lures probably do catch more fishermen than they do catch fish. But normally you're going to find things that you like using and you're going to stick with it. I have my go-to lures. I imagine you have your go-to lures. If you're using natural baits or live baits, that's going to be something different. But you're still going to have your go-to things that you go to because that's what you're most comfortable with. That's where your confidence is. And so I don't know that you need, thousands and thousands of lures or hundreds of lures, even really in 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s of lures. I don't know that you need all that many. A few different varieties, depending on watercolor, might be interesting, might be important, but I don't think it's as bad as what he begins to say. Also, he says this, and this is something I don't know about. If you know something about fly fishing, let me know. It says, did you even consider starting fly fishing? The cards of rods and reels, several $1,000s. Fly fishing is a different realm of fishing because of the different types that it is. And so he talks about a little bit about fly fishing there, which, whatever, if you're going to get into fly fishing, you're going to spend some money. But I know a lot of guys that tie their own flies. My brother did fly fishing for a little while. I don't think it was very expensive for him to get into. It probably just depends on how much you want to spend, just like anything else. And then he says, most above, and I'll skip a little bit about the fly fishing because I don't know that it matters for our conversation all that much. But then he says this, most of the above has pertained to the simple monetary cost. And then he says this line, we've not even touched on the actual stress related to fishing. Now think about that. Do you get stressed when you go fishing? Maybe I'm just different in that case. I don't. To me, it's actually a stress reliever. I find myself when I'm out on the boat or I'm on the jetties or even on the beach, it's just relaxing for me. I don't know why the stress. Now, if there are other people involved, if I'm taking people fishing, that can be stressful because I want to get them on fish. And so I can feel a little bit of stress there. But man, I don't know that I actually feel stress when I'm going fishing. I enjoy the preparation. I enjoy the planning. I enjoy the pre-planning. The charts, studying the area. I've got charts around me that I look at constantly because I'm looking at different spots and seasons. So I don't know where the stress comes in. But for this guy, maybe it does. And before I talk a little bit more about that, if you are just joining us in the live stream, again, stay tuned to the end of the video because we're going to have a giveaway for the Super Clean products. We have the aerosol can and the spray. They're going to send them directly to you. So at the end of the stream, I'll tell you how to get those. And everybody in the live stream tonight, email me. If you've not done so already, let me put my email address back up on the screen. Email me at wegofishing1@gmail.com and I will send you a free sticker. Send me your address, please. Don't just email me and say, give me a sticker. That's not going to work. Email me and I will give you a free sticker. Back to the story. He says, above all, has pertained to simply the monetary cost, do not even touch the actual stress related to fishing. Fishing often entails traveling great distances, getting up at terrible times in the middle of the night, dealing with grumpy boat dock owners and bad food. Have you ever had a tuna salad sandwich from an all-night truck stop? No, I've not had tuna sandwich from an all-night truck stop, and I would not probably recommend that. But I don't think that's necessary. I don't think that that's something that you have to. He says that he has, and he lived to tell about it. He says the tuna salad appears to have taken on a color similar to some of the soft baits you talked about in the past. Again, that's a choice that that you are making. I don't know that you have to get up at terrible times in the middle of the night. Maybe sometimes. Do you have to travel great distances? Depending on where you are, I suppose. But there's normally water close by than most people that can fish. So I don't know. Maybe this guy just had a bad experience. It says. Speaking of stress, many experienced fishermen out there will notice I have not even mentioned boats. Now boats, that's where I do agree with him. Boats can be stressful. Boats bring in a whole new element to the fishing game. Where are you going to go? How are you going to get that? Yeah. So I just traveling foolish guy that wrote that this clearly says to be. Maybe so. That's why I said I really hoped he was being sarcastic, but it's really hard to tell without actually hearing him speak it. So that's why I was wanting to do this article, is I want to really debunk a little bit about what he's saying, because I don't think it's true. Boats. We give the boats. If you've owned a boat, you know how boats can be stressful. They can be frustrating. They often say the acrostic, bust out another 1,000, right? That's what boats are about. They can bring you a lot of stress, but well maintained, taking care of it, learning your boat, I don't really think it has to be. It can be from time to time. He says they bring all their own forms of stress and financial ruin. I paid cash. We actually just bought a boat that's new to us. It's not a new boat, it's a used boat. I'm going to do the walkthrough of it here soon. We paid cash for both of our boats. You can save up. You don't have to spend $100,000 on a boat. You don't even have to spend $50,000 on a boat. There are very quality used boats out there, so I don't know why they would bring you financial ruin unless you made that choice. It says, but many boat owners will tell you they enjoyed their boats for the first couple of weeks, and then various forms of mental instability started and alcoholism set in. Wow, that's incredible. So the short answer to your question is the same as before. Don't do it. Take up something like riding dirt bikes, or even worse, golf. So, what do you think? I think Traveling Fools, you've already given us your thoughts regarding what the answer to this guy's question is. Like I said, he might be being sarcastic. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's being sarcastic. Maybe he's being cynical. Maybe he's trying to throw some humor at it. But pretty much everything he says is either hyperbole or it's just simply not true regarding fishing. I thought about doing a video, tell me if it's a good idea, taking $25 and saying, here's how to go fishing on $25. Because you can go fishing for $25. You can go fishing for less than that, most likely. And that you could buy a rod, reel, bait, everything that you need to actually catch a fish for $25. So I don't know why. Now, again, like any hobby, it does have exponential expenditure. I don't think you save money by going fishing. It's probably cheaper to go buy fish at your local seafood market. But going fishing is not just about the experience of catching the fish. That's a piece of it. Going fishing is about being outside. It's about enjoying the outdoors. It's about doing things that you love. It's about being with people you love, making memories. I went fishing with my dad, like I said at the beginning of this podcast. I went fishing with my dad in Maryland this past week. That's just a great experience. Just great experience. You can't replace those memories. When you're out there and you're together, obviously Karen and I go fishing. I go fishing with the kids. Those sort of memories that you make while you're fishing, just amazing, wonderful, completely enjoyable, and you can't trade them for the world. So I don't know about you, but if somebody wrote to me and said, do you think I should go? I would say, absolutely, absolutely. Go fishing and enjoy it. Get out there, go fishing, enjoy it. Go out there, get yourself on some fish, get yourself on some things, and just really enjoy it, because there's so much to enjoy out there. So many things that you'll see. We go see dolphins, and you'll see all kinds of wildlife while you're out there. It's just absolutely a great time. So I would go the opposite direction of this columnist and say, if somebody invites you to go fishing, go fishing. Just do it, enjoy it, make some memories, explore the outdoors, and just absolutely enjoy it. But what do you think? That's just what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you would give that person some different advice. Before we get to the next part of this podcast, again, make sure that you email me, wegofishing1@gmail.com. Get your free sticker. Also, at the end of this, we will do a giveaway for Super Clean, and they will send that directly to you. So stay tuned in the chat stay tuned to the podcast, and we'll do that here in about 15 minutes or so. We will have that giveaway. But before we do the giveaways, we've got one more thing that I want to show you tonight, because we go to the Premier Discord server for hunting and fishing. And I've tried before to give you the link to that, and for some reason it doesn't work. But if you are on Discord, it's called the Premier Fishing and Hunting server. It's a great community in there. People ask questions, they get answers to things. And what I try to do is, when we do a podcast like this, is take one of the questions that people have in that Discord server and put it up here for you to see, so that we can answer it together and hopefully give people some good advice when they go fishing, as our channel is, as we go fishing. So that's what we do. Before I get to the question, I had an awesome experience just on Sunday. We were beach fishing. And I had a person come up to me, and they were asking me about how to go fishing, about what they needed to go fishing. And man, I can tell you that just lights me up. I love that. Anytime I'm out there, and if I'm doing something, and people come up to me and say, hey, how are you doing this? How are you catching that? What are you doing? I love to give people advice and just say, hey, here's what I'm doing, here's what's working for me, and I hope it works for you as well. So that's what this community, the Premier Fishing and Hunting server, is there. Stanley Orchard is the founder of that, and so there's a bunch of us that are in there helping out people as much as we can get out there and enjoy the outdoors. So here is the question from the author. I think it's 8'10". I'm guessing is the username, the original poster. He says this. And he's asking a question about how to get trout off of his line. He's having some rough times doing it. This is what he says. Often, I just cut the hook off and replace the line, but I need to learn. Last time I tried freeing a small trout, I ended up sticking the pliers a bit too deep and choking it by accident. I felt very bad, bro. How do I remove a small medium hook from a small medium trout when it's deeper than just the lips? And so that's the question. So obviously he's having some trouble with de-hooking a fish. I will say initially, right off the bat, the best laid plans of mice and men sometimes go awry. We do our very best to treat the fish as carefully as we possibly can. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes the fish do die. That is an unfortunate reality. I am not an exclusive catch and release fisherman. If you are on our channel, you know that we do catch and we do eat the things that we catch, if they are in the proper size limits and things like that. But there are times where you have to release fish, and you have to release them well, and you have to release them in a way that helps them survive. You can't always. Trout is notorious for being difficult to de-hook and survive. And so what do we do here? Well, here's what I'm going to recommend. A couple of things. First of all, if I am fishing exclusively for trout, what a lot of people recommend, I'll be honest with you, I don't do this, but a lot of people recommend getting rid of the barb on your hook. Every one of the hooks, and here's an example, put this up for you. See, it's got that barb right there. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. Maybe not, but they got barbs on them. Maybe right there. That barb is what holds the hook in its mouth. So if I'm fishing exclusively for trout, what you might do, especially if you're catch and release, if you're going to go exclusively catch and release, I'd send bend in that barb. If you're going to be a catch and release fisherman, no use having a barb. Doesn't matter to you. You're not trying to retain the fish. If you get rid of that barb, the hook is going to slide in and out of the mouth of the fish much more easily. So definitely, if you're a catch and release guy, and that's something that you're going to do exclusively, just get rid of the barb. There you go. Problem solved. Easy done. No problems there. The other thing I would recommend is having a couple of tools in your toolbox, especially if you're not a catch and release guy, then you have to release fish because they're undersized or whatever it be. Here's a couple of tools that I use. This is a de-hooker, and it's got a trigger mechanism on one side, and then what it does, and you can see it's got the groove right there, and so you attach it to the hook, and it pulls the hook down, and you can pop it out that way. And this, can you see how long it is? So it's able to get into the fish's mouth, and you can dehook it that way. And so I would recommend picking up one of these. They're not expensive. They're maybe like $8 or $9. You can get them on Amazon or wherever else. But I would say a good dehooker, especially for when I'm fishing. Sometimes I hook toothy creatures and I don't want to stick my hands anywhere near their mouth, especially if it be sharks, stuff like that. And so this guy helps me get those hooks right out of their mouth, and that's a great one. And the other one, if you don't have them already, is as a pair of pliers, needle nose pliers. You don't have to buy, these are Cast King. Again, I'm not sponsored, don't get anything for saying that. These are Cast King's versions. But you can go to your dollar store, hardware store, you can pick up a pair of pliers, needle nose pliers for a couple of bucks. The longer the nose of them, probably the better, because it helps you get in there and get a little deeper if you need to. Some people use forceps as well. I know a bunch of guys use forceps. They get in there and they can clamp on to the hook, and that can help you as well. But having different tools in your toolbox to get those hooks out is really going to be important to the survival of the fish, especially with trout, because trout are notorious for getting their mouths torn up. Matter of fact, when I was growing up, we used to call them weak fish because their mouths were so weak. It was so easy to tear them up. And so having a couple of tools in your arsenal to help get those hooks out will definitely help. Another thing that will help you, and it's something that people don't think about when they're fishing, especially if they're catch and release, and I'm not sure when it comes to where this person is posting from, but if you are a catch and release person, I would definitely recommend circle hooks, because circle hooks, it's harder to get for that fish to get gut hooked. They still can get gut hooked. I have gut hooked fish with circle hooks, so don't think that it's going to save you from all gut hooks. But at the same time, having circle hooks can help prevent those deep. They normally land in the side of the mouth. So that's something I would definitely say as well. So maybe think about circle hooks, getting rid of the barb on it, and having some different tools such as different pliers and a fish dehooker definitely will help you in your survival rate for fish. So that's just a little bit of help there. Hopefully that helps the author of that post get some fish out there and hopefully maybe survive as well. Okay. All right. Well, we are almost to the half-hour mark is when I wanted to have the giveaway. So if you are just joining us, or if you're watching this on replay, I'm sorry I'm doing this live because I thought it'd be good for the live viewers. But if you're watching this on replay, this part of it is for the live viewers. But anyone who does send me an email, I will still send you the sticker. Okay, so just send me an email with your address, and I will send you the free sticker. But the Super Clean giveaway is only going to be for those in the live chat, and we'll do that in just a second. I'm going to have you basically pick a number, put the number in the chat, and from there I will ask ChatGPT to pick a number from 1 to 100, and the person closest to the picked number will be the winner. And so we'll go with that, and we'll give it just a moment in case anybody joins us. Do that. And while we're gonna, just before we do that, I would remind you again, go to our merch store. It's on Fourth Wall. You can go there, and we have all kinds. We have the products there. We have the fishing reel holders, we have the popping corks, and we have t-shirts and hats over there. And we're just getting started with that, so you can go over there and you can enjoy those products. All right. Well, I'm not sure how many people are on the live stream, but we'll go ahead and start. Let me pull up my YouTube over here and see, because there may not be that many people actually in the live stream, but we'll see. So, all right, if you're in the live stream, here we go. Pick a number from 1 to 100. Put your number in the comments. Don't pick somebody else's number. If somebody's picked a number, don't pick that one. Pick a different one. And if there's only one person in the chat and that's the only number that comes in, that's going to be the winner. That's the way it's going to work. So pick a number from 1 to 100, put it in the chat, and if nobody puts a number in the chat, then we will not have a giveaway. We'll give it just a moment, see if any numbers come in. All right, Traveling Fools puts in 1. We'll give it another 30 seconds or so to see if anybody else puts in a number. And if not, we'll call Traveling Fools the winner. That's the way this works. Sometimes it's, it's just the one who shows up, the one who's willing to participate, the one who's paying attention in class. That's the one that's going to win. So we'll give it 30 seconds, 15 seconds. There's your 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Traveling Fools, congratulations. You are the winner of the Super Clean giveaway. Make sure that you get a hold of me. You can DM me on Twitter. You can reach out on Facebook, or you can just simply email me your address as well. I'll get that information over to Super Clean. They will send you out the free product there. So congratulations, Traveling Fools. Thank you for being part of our chat. Thank you for being part of the live show. Much appreciated to you. And for all of you that have joined us in the live stream, thanks for being part of this tonight. Go out and have some great memories. As I said, hopefully you're having a great start to your week. So go out there and make some great memories, get some plans going this weekend, and email me your address if you were not a winner. Even if you're catching this on the replay, email me your address and I will send you the free sticker. How about you let me come on? Let's see what Traveling Fools say. How about you let me come on a live one? We can talk about that. Hit me out with some details. We'll still give you the free product, but maybe we can get some more. We can get some other things go away. But hit me up with DM me on Twitter or send me an email and let's connect. Let's get something going. Let's do that because that'll be kind of fun. So we'll do that. We'll see what we can do. All right. Thank you all for being part of this. Much appreciated. Have a blessed evening, and until next time, may the fish be with you. Take care.